Problems related to rosewood in Ghana. I think the main problem, if I should sum it up, has to do with overexploitation. Um, the species long ago was never exploited as a timber species. So the main problem with rosewood started when we got Chinese coming into Ghana to assist us with some developmental projects in Ghana. So when they came in, they found out about Pterocarpus erinaceus, which is otherwise known as African rosewood or koso, and they found this to be a very excellent substitute for divergent species, which is known as the true rosewood. And rosewood is actually a high value timber in Asia because it is explored for the furniture industry, and it brings a lot of money to people who work with it and people who sell it as well. So when they found this as a substitute, then the status of this species, which was predominantly explored as non-timber forest product, now switched to a timber species status. And this would then spark off a very explosive exploitation process in Ghana. As I mentioned, rosewood was basically explored for energy needs also in rural communities. And it's part of the top 5 most preferred species by people who use it for fuel wood, either for firewood or for charcoal production, because it has a very high calorific value. Well, charcoal production is a very important livelihood activity in Ghana, mainly because if you look at the energy sector in Ghana, charcoal supply and consumption contributes up to 60% to the energy sector in Ghana. So that tells you the enormous nature of this livelihood activity. But much of the production is done in the rural areas, whilst the consumption takes place in the urban centers. 2 regions made the most contribution, the Brong-Ahafo region and then the northern region. Ghana has goals of trying to address the charcoal production industry. One is to regularize it. Have formal structures that will regulate the value chain, right from the primary production through to the brokers, right to the final consumer at the urban center, so that they'll be able to work out sustainable interventions that can help to make sure that the industry is taking place in a manner that is less detrimental to the tree resources that it solely depends on. The northern part of Ghana belongs to 2 ecological zones. You have the Guinea Savannah Ecological Zone and the Sudan Savannah Ecological Zone. Research has shown that when it comes to climate change impacts, these are the most hit. When you have temperature increase, then you can imagine that, of course, this is going to result in a lot of dry spells in this area. It's going to affect agricultural activity, as I mentioned, shifting seasons. So the onset of rains for you to begin farming is delayed. When the rains also do not come in because of erratic rainfall, which is also another impact of climate change, then your crops are going to dry up in the field.